The Art of Seduction, Laws of Human Nature, Mastery, 48 Laws of Power, 5 Rings, Psycho-Cybernetics, The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, How to Win Friends and Influence People, How to Analyze People, Meditations, War of Art, The 4 Agreements. I read over 10 of the most highly popular and highly rated self-help books that you can basically get out there. And I put together 5 lessons that I learned from all of them, and I'm going to share those throughout the rest of the video. Lesson number 1, if you want people to like you, learn how to genuinely listen to them. This is something that almost nobody does, including myself. One of the most straightforward and simple laws of human nature is if you want people to like you, and if you want to get along with people, you have to be able to genuinely listen to them and care for them and understand what they're trying to relay through their words. Oftentimes when people are talking, we're already thinking about the next thing we want to say to them, thinking about what we want and what we want them to hear rather than listening to what they're actually telling us. And if you can learn how to genuinely listen to people, they're going to notice, and it's going to win, favors from them to you. The most important part about this is to not do it just so they like you, is to do it because you actually care about what other people have to say, what's going on in their lives. Don't be fake. Make it as real as possible. That's what will take this lesson, the furthest it can go. Lesson number 2, at all costs, avoid distractions and wasteful dopamine highs. I think the distractions part is pretty straightforward. Video games, women, mainly, our phones, just anything that pulls you away from what you feel is your purpose or whatever you feel is your goals. Whatever takes you away from those and, dilutes your mind into whatever, avoid those. More importantly, avoid dopamine highs that are wasteful. This would include, for men and women, porn, drugs, alcohol, also video games. Basically anything that gets a lot of dopamine going in your brain when you don't deserve it. Sorry, yeah, no, I know, but you don't deserve that dopamine high. All jokes aside, the best way to utilize your dopamine highs is to get that dopamine high after you've succeeded in something that took effort, such as a workout or a step towards your big goal or even achieving a goal. Those are useful dopamine highs, and everything I was talking about before are wastes. They teach your brain that it doesn't have to work hard to get what it wants. Lesson number 3, if you can't control your mind, you'll never control your life. What I mean by this is if you are unable to control what you're thinking, if you're unable to control what you indulge in, this kind of relates back to lesson number 2. If you're unable to resist distractions and temptations, you're never going to be able to direct yourself in the right path to get to wherever you want. You have to be able to control your thoughts. You have to be able to control your body with your mind, if that makes sense. Basically, discipline, and most importantly, consistency. Lesson number 4, know what to care about and what not to care about. There are so many people in this world you could pay attention to and listen to and care about. There are so many hobbies you could care about and so many sports you can watch and want to be up to date in or be good at, but you can't be good and know about everything. You can't. You need to focus and prioritize the things that you love, the things you are passionate about, and the things that are going to help you to go as high as you can. You have to know what things that you just can't think about, what things you have to let go and not care about. Like that person who's not good for you in your life, or that person or that celebrity who you've never even met in your life, but you're, idolizing them, even though, once again, you've never met them. Or if your friend took you out golfing or something and all of a sudden you want to be really good at golfing, but you've actually already decided that you want to be good at this other thing. You can't be a master at golfing and baseball, or be a master at video games, but then also want to be good at basketball and baseball. You have to know which things you're going to prioritize and care about, and which things you're not going to. Lesson number 5. In order to fully live, you must embrace death. This can easily be, related to people who have near-death experiences. Those who come out of those near-death experiences usually appreciate and live life much more fully than those who have never experienced near-death experiences. I'm not saying you have to go and nearly kill yourself, but one of the best ways to do this is to meditate and to think about your own death and the fact that you're not going to be here forever often. The more you remind yourself of that, the more you can appreciate being alive in this moment, and the more you can embrace whatever it is you want to embrace in this life and not, be brought down by things that don't really matter. If you almost die, you get a very clear picture of what doesn't matter and what does. And I think that's extremely important. That's basically it. 5 lessons, quick and simple. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.